What's up, guys? We are live for some podcast action. It's been a long time, I know. I do apologize, but we are back now in the thick of the awesome season, as I like to call it. It is Game Showcase season, guys, and this is going to be kicking off some awesome showcases and coverage today with a bit of speculation and showcase predictions today. And thank you so much, everyone who has joined us already. You are legends. You are awesome for being in so early, guys. Thank you very much for coming by. Put together a bit of a fun one today just to get warmed up for, as I say, all the showcases that are about to happen over the coming weeks. Very much excited for all of that. We will have much coverage on this channel as well with live reactions coming up too, so definitely stay tuned for all of that. But today we're going to be diving into what we're hoping to see, what we are thinking we're going to see, all that good stuff today. And as you can see on the screen, we have an epic lineup of awesome people who have joined for this show. Couldn't hope for a better crew for this one, so I'm very excited for that. We've got a couple of returning guests, quite a few returning guests, and also one guy who is making his first appearance on the channel. Absolute pleasure to have him on. But yes, I think we should dive straight into some introductions as we've got a few to get through. But thank you very much for being here. Let's go from the top so I don't get my muddled up ways about me. Let's go firstly for my man who I've been on his channel recently for a lovely podcast. That was an absolute pleasure. Someone I always absolutely love hanging out with, chatting games with, one of the most positive guys you can imagine, an awesome gamer, an awesome content creator. It is Boxenberger back on the channel today. How are you doing, brother?
How can I do bad after such an intro, man? I'm flattered.
It's true, my friend. It's true.
No, I'm super excited, man. It's Game Showcase season time. Usually we said it's E3 time, but yeah, it's exciting. So many shows outside of the big Xbox and Summer Game Fest show as well, with the Guerrilla Collective, the Future Game Show, and a couple of others. It's gonna be awesome. The next few days are exciting for every gamer, and I can't wait for it. So thanks for the invite. I'm looking forward to an awesome show with a fantastic panel here today. Yeah. And I'm excited.
Awesome, buddy. Awesome. Yeah, that's what this is all about. And I knew you'd be an awesome guy for that because you've got that positivity. This is all about that hype train, guys. Let's board it today and let's make our way into the Hypeville, as we might now name it. But Boxenberger, my friend, you are awesome, and it's a pleasure to have you back on. Cannot wait to hear what you've got to say about everything we've got to look forward to. And moving down the ladder, essentially, another awesome guy who I absolutely love chatting games with. The assistant editor for lordsofgaming.net, a writer for them. Pretty damn cool. Awesome guy who's very positive, who hangs out on this channel quite often, and I always have some great chats with. Absolute pleasure to welcome him back on the show again today. It is Flame, aka Joe. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm good, Andy. Thank you very much for having me back on, man. It's been forever, and just gotta say, I'm glad we're done with acquisition season, because I really want the showcase season to start, because I really want to see some of these games coming up. It's gonna be an awesome time.
Awesome, buddy. Yeah, most definitely it's time to get some sweet announcements and stuff. We're going to be flooded with it in a good way, I think. That's great, buddy.
Hell yeah.
Thank you very much for being back on, though, my friend. Awesome to have you. And next up, as I say, we've got a debut, a new guy on the channel this time. Someone who you probably are very familiar with, though, out in the on those YouTube streets. Someone who is always bringing the positivity, but great takes and always a down-to-earth perspective as well. Someone who I very much enjoyed checking out on Boom's channel. Another one on the Boom's channel who's got a legendary showcase of shows he runs over there. But yes, not only that, he also has an awesome channel of his own and an awesome podcast as well, which I've been very much enjoying. Today, I am very excited to welcome Asante onto the channel. How are you doing, my friend?
Oh, thank you so much for the invite. This is great. I've been a fan of your work and your channel and the indie focus for quite some time. You know, you and I have had some interesting conversations in the past. So definitely. to be asked to join the crew this time around and have some speculation talk on these great events coming, I'm excited. So thank you so much. I appreciate being being
Awesome.
asked to be on here with you guys.
Our pleasure to have you, buddy. And I know you have got the Steam Deck goodness in possession, so that is something I'm very much jealous of.
Yeah, it has become my indie device of choice. So
Love
yes,
that. Love that.
I think that is very much apt for this conversation. Indeed, yes.
Yes, indeed, my friend. Yeah, loving that. Luke has got one as well. So I'm still waiting on my pre-order to come in, but there we go. You guys are loving it up. So I'm pleased for you both. I'll get mine probably in October, but at this rate. So that's the set date at the moment. But yeah, thank you so much, my friend, for coming on. It's going to be awesome chatting with you today. I cannot wait to hear what you got to say. You've always got great takes on all kinds of games. I noticed that you do have the passion for the indies too. Obviously, that means a lot to me. So awesome to have you on, buddy. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
And next up, it is the regular on the channel, my partner in crime, essentially. It is a great friend of mine. As you all know, many times I preach about how awesome I think he is. But it's awesome to have him back on once again as a bit of a co-host action today. It is Luke Steele, my brother. How are you doing, bro?
What a great intro. Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited about this. It's just, it's kind of the final week of December, just in the lead up to Christmas at this point for the gaming calendar, isn't it? So, yeah, it's really exciting. And it's always good, especially. So, really looking forward to seeing what people think. And, yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Awesome, my friend. That's fantastic. You're a little bit on the old choppy side there, and you're a little bit on the low side if you give yourself a boost, as we love to hear your hot takes. So if you wouldn't mind doing that, but thank you very much for coming back on again. It's always a blast, my friend. And yeah, looking forward to hearing what you got to say. We've got so much to enjoy even. Enjoy, we have to put up with it. But yeah, it's many good times ahead. Finally, we have got a good close friend of Luke's, a partner in crime over on a different channel on Green Pass Gaming. Fantastic channel that is. Check it out, guys. Another great guy who loves a bit of speculation and a bit of predictions, as we did a show last year actually with some predictions. I don't know if he remembers that, but it was a lot of fun. So I had to get him back on for another prediction show again today. It is the legendary Scott, SX2. How are you doing, brother?
I'm very well, thank you very much indeed. Really looking forward to the short night. I've just seen Stubbs has asked if having a Steam Deck is part of the requirement for being on the short night. I hope not, because I think mine's probably like 2024 at this rate. Mine is way down.
Yeah, I feel you.
Now you guys are starting to make me feel bad. I'll be quiet.
Never. That's good. I like that.
No, but we're looking forward to the show. Obviously, we've got an awesome panel. I've obviously spoken with a couple of the guys before, but I'm sure we're going to have a great show.
Excellent, buddy. Yeah, most definitely. And you're definitely a big part of that for sure. The Steam Deck thing obviously is a little booster of points, maybe. But no, it's obviously not a requirement, but we all love a bit of Steam Deck goodness, don't we? So did you put the pre-order in, and have you got a date set on yours yet at the moment? Do you know, out of interest?
I do have a pre-order in, but I think mine's like the furthest away at this point. Because I only put mine in February.
Yeah.
So I think I'll be lucky if I get it next year. To be perfectly honest, the way that it's going out. So
I know what you mean. Yeah. Mine says October at the moment. So that's hopefully, maybe it'll come in a bit sooner potentially. Yeah, you never know. I'm cool, chilling. No, it'll come, and then I'll enjoy it when it comes. And maybe they have been ironing out a few issues on it anyway. So maybe I saw your show, Asante, when you were speaking to is it John Wolfe, and he said he resold his issues with it. Got a good bit of money for it though, didn't he? Which is pretty good.
Indeed, yes.
But yeah, at the same time, he probably had it at the wrong time. Maybe now you've got it at the good time when it's ironed out the main teething issues and stuff.
Yeah, I was saying basically the same to him as well, that it's for a specific kind of user for now, right? It's for those of us who like to tinker, those of us who like to do things that it can't be done. Like a quick example, I was complaining a little while ago that, hey, this thing can't do a recording, right? Every quote unquote console can do an onboard recording. So what do you do here? You install OBS, like actual OBS. And then it records in the background while you're playing gameplay. Weird stuff like that can be done with this now.
It's amazing,
right?
Yeah.
That may not be for everybody. Soon enough, they'll come with a bespoke solution, turnkey, then a lot more folks can jump in. But in the meantime, it's really interesting for the tinkerers like us.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, again, we were having a bit of discussion a while ago, bit off piece, but some people were saying it's like a console, but it's definitely, I think, a portable PC, as me and Luke was saying as well. There's so much of that customization stuff, like you say, you can install anything onto it, tweak it, and some people don't like all of that customization where you can change, you can balance it so you get the best performance settings and stuff like that. So that's an interesting point for sure. Yeah, so but I quite like the way you can do that, because you can, if you're running a bit low on battery, you can put it down to 30 frames and still, get a good amount of time out of it and stuff like that. This is all anecdotal, obviously, and basing it on all of your takes, but that's what it seems. Would you agree with that?
I personally do, yeah, 100%. For someone like me who spends a lot of time, I take consoles and do. In my history, I've been known for the purposes of education to run Linux on whatever I can. My recent experience with that is a PS4 Pro, just to see if I could.
Nice.
So being able to tinker is always fun, and I love how Valve just goes, we're not gonna put any roadblocks in your path. We know you can do it.
Exactly.
Have at it. And when it breaks, here's your USB stick to put it all back together again. So it's great.
That is awesome. Yeah, definitely. No, I can't wait. Obviously, I can't wait to dive into all of my Steam library on there. That's my main focus, because there's so many awesome indies on there, of course. But yes, the time will come and it's going to be good. But yeah, enjoy yours, guys, while I don't.
Oh, we are.
Beautiful stuff.
Early this
yeah. Fantastic. Good stuff, guys. Well, thank you everyone for being part of it. As I say, let's get cracking. I'm going to actually firstly quickly shout out all these legends that are in the chat. Thank you so much, everyone who's joining us. It's awesome to see you guys in. We got some awesome names in there. We've got Ash in the house. Ash reviews games. How are you doing, my friend? Great to see you. We've got Erodimus in the house. Thank you for being here, buddy. Stubbs Gaming in the house. Great to see you, my friend. Rescue Squad Culp, in the house. Thank you for being here, my friend. Skeleton Crew releases in June. It does indeed. Actually, me and Luke did a little video on that a while back. So yeah, it's coming out soon. Definitely check that one out. It's pretty cool. A little bit of multiplayer action, co-op action, and yeah, check out the video if you fancy it, to keep an eye on that one. But yeah, 16th of June, I think it's coming out. Pretty cool game. And we have Meisugo in the house, the MVP. How are you doing, my friend? Thank you for being here. Who else do we have? Smokeback Official. We've got Back from the Dead, and anyone else who is joining us, thank you so much for being here, guys. You are legends. We got the Good Rebel as well, just dropping in. But if you're not in the chat and you're hanging out, definitely feel free to drop in the chat, because everyone's very friendly. Feel free to chat and share your views on all of this good stuff that we're going to be diving into. But thank you very much, everyone who's here. Let's get cracking on the show. So basically, this is just going to be like quite a loose show. We're going to sort of bounce around our ideas of predictions, talk about some of the showcases that are coming up, and yeah, just get a bit excited for all the good stuff that's coming in the next few weeks. We have got an absolute ton of showcases to look forward to. We've got obviously the PlayStation State of Play is coming soon, but mainly the kickoff of everything from the 9th through to the 12th is going to be chock-a-block goodness. That's what I'm kind of looking forward to. As you can see on the screen, we've got like Xbox and Bethesda Showcase, Summer Game Fest, Guerrilla Collective, where there's 2 showcases of that, by the way. We've got Day of the Devs, which is on the tail end of the Summer Game Fest show. We've got Future Game Show, which we've covered again on the channel before. Tribeca, we've covered on the channel before. Tribeca is a cool little sort of art house style showcase of a select few games which have chosen already, which are a really cool selection of games, actually. And then the PC Gaming Show, which is after the Xbox Showcase. And also, there is Wholesome Direct. Is that enough for you guys? pretty much crazy overload of awesomeness coming our way. So you can guarantee you'll be seeing a lot of live reactions from all of this as well on the channel. So keep an eye out for those and subscribe if you're interested in enjoying those together. But yes, let's jump into some chat now about kind of like what we're kind of looking forward to, and some maybe some predictions. And yeah, maybe we'll start with my man Boxenberger on this. I'm going to switch over to the next screen, and then we're going to dive into some chat. So Boxenberger, my friend, I know you are super busy with some live reactions, maybe just any podcasts talking about things. What is, on your radar for in general, just as a general kind of thing? Is there anything you're super looking forward to? I imagine being an Xbox guy, you're kind of really up for the Xbox Showcase. But is there anything you're kind of super looking forward to, especially just in general, to kick this off?
No, I'm looking forward to almost all the game shows. I just love these shows. I love the excitement in the air. I love to get the news and the trailers and the gameplay for the games I'm gonna play for the next year. So I watch almost all the shows, and yeah, I'm super excited. I think one thing gamers shouldn't underestimate this year is the Summer Game Fest, with E3 basically gone, and Jeff Keighley really was able over the last 2 years to ramp up his production quality, and now he's basically the guy consolidating all these shows and announcements. And I know a lot of people just say, this is going to be an ad show. Yeah, Jeff Keighley doesn't have that big ESA behind him, and people don't have to pay horrendous fees to be on that show or on the show floor. And of course there will be ads, but honestly, the big publishers this year don't have announced that many showcases on their own. Ubisoft hasn't announced anything. EA officially said they are not doing anything. Square isn't doing anything, and we kind of assumed that where are they going with their game announcements? It's gotta be this Summer Game Fest.
It's a big show, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Though the other one that probably no one has on their radar, but I'm really looking forward to that, is the Tribeca festival, because
it's awesome.
What they have already announced that is gonna be there is just, I'm super excited. There's gonna be a playable demo for us at home to download for A Plague's Tale Requiem, one of my most anticipated games this year. It's gonna be awesome, and I think this is also something that will surprise a lot of people, because a lot of good stuff will come out of that show. But yeah, I mean, the Guerrilla Collective is always fun, and of course we have the Day of the Dev thing, which is usually not a thing that is super high on big announcements, but it gives some great insights behind the scenes, and it is absolutely fantastic to see that. I'm blanking on his name.
Tim Schafer,
the head of Double Fine. Tim Schafer, thank you.
Yep.
I hate when that
I know you
have the name on the tongue and you
happens to all of us.
Because I was really worried that being in a big corporation now might not allow him to do that kind of show.
That's a great point.
As the host, and to see that return is just awesome. And I'm a tech fan. I love to see how stuff is developed, and the Day of the Devs always give great insight, especially behind the smaller studios and the smaller development teams, and that's just something I'm really looking forward to.
Day of the Devs is always awesome. Yeah, they had a fantastic lineup last year, absolutely. They did that in collaboration with IM8-Bit. They always do a great show. They were right on the end. I don't know if you remember, I was actually looking back on some of the old our shows from last year, because you were on that show. We did the Summer Game Fest opening night live together. Do you remember that, on the live reaction?
Yeah.
And it was
How can I forget?
Well, yeah, it was the very weird situation at the end of it. Because do you remember it was the Day of the Devs literally actually happened as straight after, and I was like, oh, I didn't think I was gonna go straight into it. So, but then it was a bit awkward. But yeah, it was a great show, and then I ended up doing it on my own. But it was a great show that day of the devs as well. So I mean, they always do great stuff. They've got a cool way about them, obviously led by Tim Schafer, as you say. It's a great showcase, but there are so many. Yeah, it's I really like one of the things I would really love to draw attention to on this show, if possible, if we can. You know, I know, like I say, there's big showcases. If there's lots more out there as well, for people to enjoy over this time. So just, you know, be there to soak it up, guys. I'm glad you kind of sort of mentioned some of those smaller ones as well there, Boxenberger, buddy. You know, there's some great stuff shown. And it's worth keeping an eye out for the smaller showcases too, like the Guerrilla Collective, and you know, they do an awesome job. They're going to be having two on the 11th and on the 13th, actually, I think they're doing. And yeah, the other day of the devs and stuff like that, Wholesome Direct. But yeah, some awesome stuff. But yeah, it's just exciting times, isn't it? So much games going to be coming our way. It's going to be a fantastic thing to soak up, absolutely. Yes, so Joe, my friend, have you got anything you're particularly looking forward to over this season before we get into a bit more detail? Is it just you're looking forward to take up the whole thing, or any particular show that you enjoy?
Looking forward to mostly all of them, but with Summer Games Fest, I am actually kind of excited to see what's going to come out of that this year, because what was it, last year in 2021 we were all kind of waiting for like that Elden Ring announcement, so we all actually thought that, and whenever it came to Jeff Keighley's, like whenever he actually showed that, like that was a big surprise. So it's like, how is he going to be able to top that this year? I'm very excited to watch the Wholesome Direct on, I think it's the 11th, because I know you and me streamed that, and that was a great time.
That's right, yeah. So that's after the Guerrilla Collective, isn't it? Yeah, it's the 11th, the Saturday, is that right?
I think we did both, actually, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we may well have done. Yeah, they do a good job, actually, on both of those shows. Yeah, definitely a great shout.
A lot of great indie games showing off on both of those shows, and you know, whenever it comes to Xbox, I'm definitely excited for that one. I haven't watched the Future Games show, the Tribeca shows before, so I'll definitely be catching those this year as well. But
nice.
That's pretty much it, though.
Yeah, that's awesome, buddy. That's fantastic. Yeah, that was cool. It's, you know, pleasure to do those with you, and yeah, we're a lot of fun. Definitely, we'll be doing some more of that stuff this year, as we say. But yeah, like. Tribeca definitely is an interesting one, because they actually reveal the showcase of games before, which is a different way of doing things to some of these other ones. They sort of lay out what they're going to do, and then they give quite a strong spotlight to a smaller selection of games, but they are usually high quality. And we've actually got the list somewhere. I'm going to pull that out to go through them in a second. But yeah, awesome takes. And yes, so Asante, my friend, you. Obviously a passionate gamer. I know you game on all platforms. Is there any sort of like things you're looking forward to especially? Have you enjoyed any particular showcase especially in recent years, or is there anything you're like hoping to see or just looking forward to this year?
Oh yeah. It's been a bit of an emotional roller coaster for the past couple of years, right?
Yes.
I am one, as everyone, who tends to love Gamer Christmas or Super Bowl or whatever analogy you wish to call it. You know, the short few days where a bunch of information is smacked you in the face everywhere you turn, and we're just there for it. We love it. So when obviously for reasons, E3 was already on its way out, and obviously the pandemic and all of that has kind of sped things up. So the last few years, it looks like they're kind of picking the pieces up a little bit, but I have been hoping for that more condensed, information heavy show. So we're looking at this year. I'm very excited to see that it's from the 9th to like the 23rd, like the 26th at most, right?
Yeah.
You have a few stragglers here and there, but you're the bulk of information you'll get from your Summer Game Fest, from the day you'll get from Tribeca, which folks have already talked about. I'm rather partial to the Guerrilla Collective. I always love the really interesting, cool stuff they have there.
Yeah, me too.
And usually I watch that while having Steam open, so they'll go, "Oh, check out this cool demo," and then boom, I'm hitting download right there, right?
Yeah, they even set up a Steam page for it, don't they, as well? So it's super nice and condensed for all of the games they show off. It's on one page. That's awesome. Yeah,
and they tend to have some very eclectic, really interesting things that don't tend to hit radar until much later when the big guys tend to showcase them. You know, they usually tend to be the itch.io level, some of them.
That's right, actually.
Very experimental.
Yeah.
But I'm still there for it, and I really enjoy that they get a chance to shine on a relatively big stage. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for that block of time when I get to justify to tell my children and my wife to leave me alone because it is gamer Christmas time.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
exactly. Yeah, I love that.
Exactly what I said to my wife.
I warned them ahead of time.
I don't care about all the other holidays. I'm not a big sports guy.
That's
I don't
right.
watch the finals
Yeah.
of the soccer league and so on. But I'm a gamer through and through, and it's E3 week, and you cancel every appointment.
Christmas is my birthday, and I'm like, Christmas is another day.
So-
It is my birthday.
It literally is actually, because I saw that on your Twitter actually the other day.
Christmas is my birthday. I really don't care. It's another day for me, even though it's Christmas. But on Gamer Christmas, y'all gonna leave me alone. I'll be on the TV.
Yeah.
Pretend I'm not here.
Yeah, that's awesome. Mate, it's so true though. As gamers, we're definitely all about that, E3 period, even though we can't really say, it's hard actually. I keep going showcase season and it's usually E3 season or whatever, and it feels a bit weird, but E3's dropped it. So, Jeff's coming and even though people still hate him, he's saving the day in my opinion in a lot of ways with the big show that is. And there's all these other legendary shows like the Guerrilla Collective. That's fantastic points about them. They are kind of the smaller indies on the Guerrilla Collective, and they do have that moment to shine. I love that, what you said there. And they do great things actually. They're the mix, it's done by the Mix, and they do some cool other shows as well, which good little setup, the old Guerrilla Collective. I'm actually gonna try my luck and try and get Justin Woodward, who is the founder of it, maybe for an interview at some point. I'm in a little bit of DMs with him, see if I can twist his arm into that.
That is very cool. Yeah,
that would be awesome.
I need to watch that. That's awesome. Yeah.
Oh,
very
cool.
cool.
Do you know Justin probably from watching stuff? Yeah, the guy who hosts it. Yeah.
I've spoken to him a few times online.
Oh, awesome.
With, certain videos and stuff. I know a few devs that he hasn't contact with. So
yeah,
it's really cool. Like that, it's very community driven. I really enjoy what they've been able to accomplish.
Me too, absolutely. Yeah. Not saying I can get it, happening, but I'm gonna try my luck. You know what I'm saying? But
for sure. I hope that you get it, because that'd be awesome. I would love to see that.
Cheers, buddy. Yeah, that would be cool. I think it'd be a good chat. Love it. Yeah, fantastic. So Luke, my friend, we've done many a live reaction together, and on the subject of all these live reactions that we're going to be doing, and shows that are going to be shown off. Just a quick one to throw in there, because I forgot to mention. I don't know if I did mention already on the show, or is it pre-show? Devolver are also just stepping up to the plate as well, and saying that they're going to be doing theirs as well. I know Luke's a massive Devolver fan as well, as we all are, really. But Luke, my friend, you are looking forward to a Devolver show, I imagine. But what else are you looking forward to, my friend?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many, isn't there?
Yeah.
Devolver is a big one, and not just because of the games. I mean, they always have like a really cool lineup of games anyway. But just that show is just so entertaining and just so weird. It's just such a trip, and it's, nice and funny. So I think it's so different from every other show, and I think it's increasingly become like one of my top shows to look forward to, both from how they present it and also what they show. Really looking forward to that. Then, I mean, Summer Games Fest itself, the opening show, really looking forward to that. I think, as others have said, I think this year more than maybe any other year, we kind of need that show that coalesces everything, and has the big reveals and the surprises and the shadow drops hopefully as well. So and I think it's a good few hours as well, so fairly long. So
is it?
Yeah, I think that
90, or is it 2 hours? They said, or
I think it's either 90 or 2 hours.
Yeah,
and I think there's a pre-show maybe as well. So,
right. Yeah.
So looking forward to that. Obviously, the Xbox show will be great, I'm sure. You always get some big reveals there. And then I think probably echo what other people have said about the Tribeca Festival show. That's really come up as a super cool, different, kind of more art housey gaming show,
definitely.
If that makes any sense at all. This year they've got, as you say, they announced the games beforehand. I mean, of the ones announced, Plague Tale Requiem, as Boxenberger said, I'm really looking forward to that and trying it. I think they have Immortality as well.
They do indeed.
Sam Barlow's next
do?
game.
Yep.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, I think there's a demo. There's a demo for that coming as well, isn't there?
Oh, nice. That'd be cool.
Around the same time.
Yeah, because you're a big fan of his work, aren't you? The old.
Yeah, I love Tambala's games.
Awesome.
Especially her story.
To quickly give you another, I've got it on the screen actually. So you got for the Tribeca, they're featuring Plague Tale Requiem, American Arcadia, which is a game that was released, announced quite recently. That looks really cool. We've got oh my god, I can't even speak. As Dusk Falls, that's as well going to be featured. That was one that was it's like art that comes to life almost. It's like still images which are actually a bit animated in a strange sense. So it's a very bad explanation for it, but I think it was part of a Xbox showcase at some point. There's also Cuphead the Delicious Last Course on there, as you say, Immortality, Oxenfree 2 as well, The Cub, Thirsty Suitors, and Venba. So that's the list of games they're going to be featuring, which is an awesome list. So definitely looking forward to seeing more in-depth features on those games for sure.
Yeah. So they always, since they've been doing this, and they haven't really been doing it very long, but I think they've found a really cool way to do these shows. And they tend to delve a little bit deeper into each game, and I think it's quite nice as well because, because they're all announced beforehand, you're not kind of there in anticipation, really hoping X, Y, or Z is going to be there. You come to it knowing what's there and trying, just try and enjoy it for what it is, which is great. So those ones in particular. There's so many. The Guerrilla Collective is also really cool. PC Gaming Show is not generally
the best show for some reason, is it?
Not generally a very good show.
Yeah, although maybe they could pick it up this year, you never know.
I doubt it. But,
last year's show wasn't that bad.
Giving them the benefit of a doubt.
Okay, Asante's fighting you. I like it.
It wasn't terrible.
Fun.
It wasn't terrible. Fun is a very strong word to describe those shows, but
all right, it's been worse. I'll give you that.
It's been worse. Yeah. Maybe it's just it's just coming out of its shell a bit. I think the difficulty is that you have this because you have this coalescence. No, I don't mean this in this way, but like the big players don't really want to be on the PC gaming show, and also it's kind of a targeted audience with certain genres. So, your RTSs, your grand strategy games, your 4Xs, like they all appear on the PC gaming show. So for some people, I imagine that's great. For me, no. So, last year's was better. It also typically runs way too long.
They do a lot of in-depth sort of comedic features, don't they? Even though I actually really like the host, the male host guy. I think he's really good actually, but it's too drawn out. I think if he was like worse of an actor, it'd be even worse in my opinion. So I think he's actually he's actually quite good. I think in those, but you just want it a bit more better pacing and stuff. But I don't know. Yeah, they should focus more on the indies, but that, and they do quite a few indies, but I don't know. I'm hoping it'll be a little better. Maybe it's not. I think I do agree with Chaos Sunday. I think last year wasn't too bad, but there is so many. Yeah, exactly. Maybe we're on the upward trajectory.
Yes, maybe. Yeah, maybe this year they'll be the best show.
Exactly. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Very much doubt it.
But I know what you mean, though, because they kind of have to focus on their sort of niche or whatever, which potentially they see as maybe RTS and stuff. I don't know, but even though that's definitely, they should just. I don't know. I'm not sure. Let's not go too in depth into it. There's so much they could do with it, but yeah, that's awesome. Good stuff. Loads to look forward to there. And Scott, just a general kind of thing. What are you looking forward to, buddy? Is there anything you're like excited about, my friend? It's gone. Scotty, baby. He's gone. Scotty, baby. He's gone. He's definitely gone.
Man down. Man down.
Man down. Okay. Right, we'll crack on there, guys.
Loss of the evening.
Yeah. We've put him to sleep. No worries. It's all good. Anyway, so yeah, let's move forward. What I'd like to do maybe is dive into a bit more depth and some fun sort of like speculative predictions maybe and stuff like that, and things like we are like, I mean, for example, going into a bit of Devolver, for example, last year I know we we got to see Trek to Yomi shown off for the first time in that show, and it released recently, and I really enjoyed it, as you guys know. So we could be expecting some cool stuff like that just to come out of the blue, and I do love that sort of thing. But also they've got a lot of great games coming our way as well. I mean, for me, like, I'm looking forward to Devolver. I'm looking forward to see what gets dropped there. But yeah, I mean, if you want to talk Xbox, that's definitely cool. If you want to talk about that showcase, dive into what you're kind of like hoping to see come up from that. Summer Game Fest, just tuck into some maybe games that you might want to see arise again, or what you maybe want to see coming out of these shows, essentially. I mean, I know for me, the Xbox showcase, for example, I'm hoping we're going to get around to actually my little estimation, my little prediction is Somerville. We're going to hopefully see a shadow drop from that game in the Xbox showcase, which I think would be awesome. And I think it's about time. It's kind of feels good for that. And it's gone a bit quiet, so I'm thinking that potentially could be the case. But yeah, like, is there anyone got any sort of like sort of predictions for anything, or what you feel like we're going to see come out of these shows? Have you got games you've been looking forward to, like Cult of the Lamb? I know people are looking forward to that game. Do you think it's release date time for that game? Anything like that, guys? Have you got any sort of thoughts about who wants in?
So for me, real quick, for me, I usually, the most things that I enjoy about these showcases are, and the smaller ones specifically, are the things that I didn't know I wanted.
Yeah.
Right? Because the AAAs are there to, remind you of all the really big budgeted things they keep trying to remind you of, which I'm there for as well. But usually I'm like out with my pad writing down all the names of the things I was anticipating would not be there, and then somehow it shows up. So I mean, in that spirit, there are two specific ones, and there's a lot more, but these work well to me. But for certain reasons that made it difficult to see when certain things.
Yep.
I will say the first one very carefully, because I always get this wrong, but I've been waiting for it. Bomb Funk Cyberpunk.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if you've heard of this game.
Yes.
It is a spiritual successor to one of my favorite OG Xbox and Dreamcast games.
Yeah.
For that. Every time I see it, it's better and better. I am so looking forward to it. If anybody has any chance, even the original composer is on board with this game. I'm seeing them for this, so well, it does things are coming together. They're all that seems to do with them, but I suspect that since they show focus elsewhere, that things like Chip said may take a while.
You mentioned Robert Showcase plans some instruments until release date this year.
As well as and some of the Bomb Funk
Both the survival horror titles from Japanese games, inspired by inspirational games from the British Roman era. All takes place in an unnamed Japanese server.
Guys. It's because the computer timed out. Oh my god, I've done it again. So sorry, guys. Yeah.
This was a banger of a
Oh, he's
soundtrack,
bringing the fire as well.
so-
Asante was speaking along. It's an absolutely banging sound.
Was it? It's just his voice that brings it all together.
You hear this stuff.
Orchestral. I was going to say, how can you not hear him? His voice is like reading really high on the thing.
It was like some new age poetry. It was brilliant.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. That's not the first time that's ever happened. That was about a year ago. I did that last time, though, I think. Yeah, so what happens is when you go away to eat your dinner and then you come back and then the computer's timed out and then it resets everything. So that's what happened. I'm so sorry, Asante. You just brought some fire takes there, and I've literally had audio playing over you a little. Do you want to refresh a little bit of a recap of Bomb Rush Cyberpunk?
Oh, yeah.
Please,
let us know. I see the folks are saying they can hear now. Hopefully you guys can hear me.
You can now.
I'm just saying that I want Bomb Funk Cyberpunk to get more attention on stages. That is the spiritual successor to Jet Set Radio. It's a simpler game for a simpler time, and I'm looking forward to it coming back and potentially being as good as it was originally, with the same music and all of that too. So I'm super excited.
It looks awesome, doesn't it? Yeah, I saw that. I was shown at the Indie World showcase from Nintendo, wasn't it, a while ago? Looks super cool, and like really, very good recreation of that sort of style, and that's a game that a lot of people have missed. So yeah, definitely looking awesome for sure. That would be fantastic to see. Let's
talk about Legends coming back. I want the release date for Monkey Island.
Oh yeah. That would be cool. Yeah, that's literally just announced, wasn't it, from Devolver as well, wasn't it? They were involved.
Devolver is publishing that, and it's scheduled for 2022.
Is it? Nice.
I would love to see gameplay as well as of course a release date. So
isn't the original creator behind that as well? Like they brought back the original creator, Ron Gilbert, right?
That's it. Yeah,
Ron Gilbert, exactly.
That's the reason to be excited.
What they can do now, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. I think that is, bringing back the original creator. That's so cool, and I loved that game back in the day so much. It was definitely good memories of it. And yeah, I wonder how they'll go. I mean, we have had other Monkey Islands games since, like The Secret of Monkey Island. There's been quite a few, but yeah, it's cool to see that they're bringing it back in this era kind of thing. I think it's going to be interesting. That's confirmed for 2022. So that's literally just been announced as well. Really quite interesting. But very cool. So yeah, like this is a thing, the turnaround is quite quick now. Like I said, you saw Trek to Yomi announced like 1 year away from release, basically it was. So that's a fair amount of time, but that's not that much time. That's how it can go down, and we can see games come out pretty quickly from how they announce. Sometimes they're announced ridiculously far ahead, and there's a different way of doing things, different marketing approach and stuff. But yeah, there's going to be a ton of games dropping this year we probably haven't even heard of yet. So it's just the way it can be sometimes, and that's exciting. I'm just going to quickly shout out a few more legends from the chat, and then I'm going to come back round to Scott because he was on the toilet. So I think he's just I'm gonna just assume that was what it was. He's had a curry or something. So we got Daft Praxis. How are you doing, my friend? The legend Cybernox is in the house. How are you doing, brother? And we have Ori in the house. Thank you so much for coming by, buddy. It's great to see you. Thanaros as well. Great to see you, my friend. Thank you very much for being here. Dev Floyd is in the house as well. Thank you so much. All you guys are coming in. And Goat Force Gaming did a cool video with him about roguelite gaming. Definitely check out his roguelite channel, guys, if you are interested in that. It's a cool channel. He's a great guy. Thank you so much, everyone who's here. Smokeback Official as well is in the house. Legendary. So yes, Scott, my friend, we're just getting a bit of a vibe for excitement. I mean, but we can dive into any sort of if you have any juicy predictions. I know you like a good prediction, my friend, but you excited for anything particular, or maybe something to come out of the Xbox showcase or the Devolver showcase? Is there anything you're hoping to see out of those those showcases?
I think in general, Indy, I'm just excited for the whole thing. The guy spoke about it. Boxenberger was talking about how this is his Super Bowl. This is his end of season. And I think this year, for the first time in a couple of years, actually feels like E3 of old. I think because we've got all these shows in such a short period of time, I know it's not E3, but it feels like E3 of years gone by, which is incredibly exciting. So naturally, I'm excited for the Xbox Game Showcase. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of great games, both big and small, from there. The Devolver Showcase is always, even if you don't like the games, it's just entertaining to watch anyway. It's just it's just hilarious. True. But they always have some absolute bangers in there regardless. I'm hoping, we've not really mentioned it, but I suspect we'll maybe have something from Nintendo, hopefully Nintendo Direct, over this sort of period as well, which would be really exciting to see. Some of the games that they bring, they'll probably be bigger games. Obviously, they've only just recently had an indie showcase.
That's true.
So just in general,
World,
looking forward to the whole week,
awesome.
The whole 2 weeks. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. There's gonna be a lot of stuff for us all to sink our teeth into, and probably most importantly, it's gonna be something for everybody. Nobody's gonna come out at the end of this period and not have seen something that they've liked or seen something that they're looking forward to. Something that they add to their wish list or pre-order. There's gonna be something for everyone over this next week or so.
Absolutely, that's a great shout, buddy. There really is something for everyone, and the diversity as well within all of these showcases. It definitely is awesome to see, as we are enjoying on the screen a bit of Devolver craziness. But yes, we have to look forward to again. I wonder what they're going to bring our way. Certainly going to be interesting, but lovely takes there from you, Scott, my friend. Yes. So where were we on the getting some? Yeah, we did Asante. So Luke, my friend, I know you are very excited for Cult of the Lamb, if I'm not mistaken. Do you think it's time for a cheeky release date on that game, or is there any other games you really hope to see come through with some more information on any of these showcases? Is there anything you're really hoping and you got your hopes up for?
Yeah, Cult of the Lamb. I think it's probably about time, isn't it? We've seen it a couple of times now, and I think every time we've seen it, it's looked pretty polished, from what they've shown. So I think hopefully we'll get a release date on it, maybe towards the end of the year, something like that. So that'll be really cool. In terms of, I have very specific things that I want to see. So not necessarily things that aren't, some things that aren't announced that I'm hoping we'll see, and then other things that have been announced that I want to see more of. So I think there's two kind of big ones, one of which we know is coming and the other is heavily rumored, but we don't know what form it will take. So one is something Silent Hill related, because we've heard about rumors of this for a long time, and they seem to be picking up steam. That's kind of a dream game for me. So, albeit,
do you think this is the Bloober thing, or?
Well, I was just going to get onto that.
Sorry.
I think the rumor is there's multiple projects in development, one of which is a Bloober team thing. Now, initially, and I may piss off Bloober fans, initially I was quite worried about that because I don't really think Bloober are very good. But apparently the project they're working on is a Silent Hill 2 remake. Now, they could always mess that up, but at least they're not writing the game, which was my biggest fear. So if they're doing that, great. I mean, Silent Hill 2 is probably still the best horror game ever made, in my opinion.
Nice.
And then there's rumors of, a Japanese-led Silent Hill game, which would be the kind of reboot, bigger project. I'd love to see that. No idea who's making it, but that would be awesome.
Yeah.
So even if we just get Bloober's thing, just knowing Silent Hill's back, and particularly if it is a remake of Silent Hill 2, that'll be cool. That'll be really, really cool.
Definitely. So
that's the kind of rumored one. The one that we know is coming, but we haven't heard anything about, is actually Playdead's game.
So I'd
really love an announcement of just what that is.
That would be so nice.
We've seen concept art and little bits and bobs, so we know it's kind of sci-fi orientated and stuff like that. But it'd be good to see a little trailer or something.
It would be so nice.
Like a name, anything really.
Yeah. I think that could happen. It could be time. I
think that was on my list as well, Luke.
Nice.
I'm really looking forward to that. I think that's being published by Epic now as well, isn't it? I think they might have announced.
Oh yeah. I saw that actually
earlier this year, last year, even. So I think that's good. That's a good shout to come up during Keely's show, the Summer Games Fest.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So.
Yeah, because he had like Planet of Lana last time, I think, games like that. Things like that could definitely be really nice shining epic trailer on there. I can imagine it would be really a nice moment, that would. But I could see that happening. That's a great shout.
I think it's probably about time for it to be revealed. Maybe not shown off in depth, but I think they could reveal it now and kind of start building the hype for what the project is. Playdead games notoriously take a long time to develop, which is both a blessing and a curse, really. So I wouldn't expect it for a little while, but I'd like to see it.
Sounds good.
So there's that one. I really want to see more of the Callisto Protocol.
Yeah.
They've had a reveal in Game Informer recently with some screenshots and kind of what the game is about, and the game is essentially just Dead Space, which is not a bad thing at all.
Yeah.
So, that looks really cool. And then it's Jeff Keighley, he's having a show. Surely Hideo is going to make an appearance at some point, and maybe we'll get something from him as well. I mean, it doesn't matter what from him. I'm a big fan, as everyone knows. So just something Kojima related.
Yeah. I know you're a big fan. Absolutely. He's the divisive man these days, isn't he? But in this community, anyway, it seems you love him or you hate him
until he makes an Xbox game.
Yeah, that's it. I love that you said that. That's beautiful. Wowzers, it's getting hot in here.
No,
good.
but I mean,
perfect answer though.
He is divisive.
Yeah,
you've loved his games.
But yeah, he's divisive in the creative sense as well, isn't he? I suppose.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, so that's cool though. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It could definitely happen, couldn't it? They've got that relationship going on. But yeah, that would be very interesting to see. Yeah, and in a minute, what I'll do is actually I'm going to pull up a little a screenshot, image basically of all the partners. I'm just going to have a quick look at that. But yeah, of the actual Summer Game Fest partners, because that's come out recently. So that will be interesting to look at. But yeah, there's some great little nuggets there, Luke, my friend. That's awesome. Some great stuff. As I said, one of my highlights from last year's Summer Game Fest was Planet of Lana. I thought that was, that is so weird. It's literally just come up on the screen. So I've got it on my other screen, and I've literally didn't plan that at all, by the way, guys. I should just take it and I pretend that I did, but Planet of Lana, yeah, so it's literally the game that's just up on the screen right now. That was my highlight from last year's Summer Game Fest show, which was called Kickoff Live last year, I think. But yeah, like that, I would love to see Playdead's game come up on that. That would be a great reveal. That'd probably take the show for me, and I imagine it will look amazing. But yeah, fantastic stuff. Great takes as always, Luke. So yeah, Scott, my friend, you said that it was one of yours kind of nabbed from your very grasp. Did you have any other ones that you were hoping to see this year? Any particular games or anything that you've been keeping your eye on that you hope will come back, or you get a release date for or something?
Yeah, there's a couple of others that stand out. So I think you mentioned Somerville earlier as well, Indy, obviously along the same lines as Playdead. I imagine we see that at the Xbox show. I think that's still due for this year. I think it was 2022. So, providing it hasn't been delayed, it would be good to see a little bit more of that, and hopefully get a release date to confirm if it's coming this year or not. Mm-hmm. There's two things I'm going to mention, Indy, and it's not the first time I've mentioned either of those things on your show. I'm pretty sure I made these aren't predictions. This is more wishful thinking.
That's good. I like that as well.
But, if they come, then it's a prediction. If they don't, it's
I see. I like that. That's a good trick. That.
So the first one, at Devolver, I would love to finally see something to do with Katana Zero's DLC.
Oh yeah,
that has been in development for years.
Wasn't that your prediction last year as well?
It was, yeah.
It's not your fault.
It comes true. Yeah,
that's good. I like that.
Because I think the developer has spoken about it briefly in some blog posts, and essentially it's turned into something much bigger than maybe he originally planned, which is why it's taken a little bit longer. So I was worried that because we hadn't heard anything from Devolver until just earlier today, I maybe wasn't too sure as to whether we would see anything from them. But now that they've pretty much announced that they're probably going to have their own showcase similar to what they've done in the past, I would like to see something from Katana Zero. That's one of my favorite indies of all time. So
nice. It's an awesome game. Love that you love that game. Such a great game. Yeah, that would be cool. That'd be great to see, and it could definitely come up in the Devolver Showcase for sure. I'm pretty sure they'll have some new stuff, and Cult of the Lamb, that's definitely, I think, a good chance of that being one of the release dates if they have a release date going on that. But yeah, Katana Zero, I hope it happens for you, and I would definitely be up for playing some more of that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. One other thing.
And then one other, if you don't mind, is, and I would love to know whether you guys think, and this again is another, as something else I mentioned last year, is I'm eagerly awaiting the announcement of Moon Studios' next game. Obviously, creators of the Ori franchise. We know that their next game is an ARPG being published by Private Division. We saw on that list that Take-Two are going to be at Summer Games Fest. So if they were going to announce it, maybe it would be there. I wouldn't maybe expect it at the Xbox Showcase this time. So the Summer Games Fest seems like the perfect time for it. It's maybe a bit too soon for that, though. Obviously, Will of the Wisps was only about two and a half years ago now.
Early 2020,
Yeah, unless
But
it's
I can't wait to see something on whatever Moon Studios have got next.
definitely that would be awesome. Absolutely. That's great takes,
That's a
buddy.
good one. I
Fantastic.
haven't thought about that game in a while, but
Yeah. Yeah, they're going something different on there this time, which is going to be interesting. You also got one of your other wishes recently, didn't you, Scott? That was about Fall Guys. So, which is interesting.
Finally.
Yeah, you've been wanting that to come to Xbox for a while, haven't you? So,
yeah, and then I bought it on Steam, and about a week later, they finally announced it was coming to Xbox. So I've had a lot of fun with that recently, and I'm looking forward.
It's good fun, isn't it?
To playing it a bit more.
It's a good,
that's exactly what it is. It's just it's just fun, and also as a battle royale game, probably the hardest one out of all of them that are out there. You know, Apex, Fortnite, Warzone, all them wins are easy enough to come by.
Right.
All Guys, Jesus Christ, trying to win on that game, it's like borderline impossible.
Yeah,
So,
I've not got the crown once, actually, I have to admit. So yeah, I've like come second, I think. But yeah, it's like hard. Have you got a crown, Luke? Or have you not played it?
I've got 3 crowns.
Have you,
actually,
cheeky beggar?
so, yeah.
He would have, wouldn't
He's
he?
just showing off now. He's just showing off, isn't he?
That's out of like 90 games.
Right, okay,
it's,
cool.
You know, the ratio is pretty low. But yeah, it's because Fall Guys more than anything is partly very luck.
Yeah, but you say that, yeah, I know what you mean. But definitely a ton of fun though, that game. I haven't actually played it for quite a while, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know.
So good.
Still, is they improved it, or is it the same thing but just different environments and stuff, basically?
They've added a ton of content.
Thought they would
in
have.
terms of courses and different modes and stuff. So I took a pretty big break from it and came back and was just kind of blown away how much they've done.
Nice.
So people are going to be getting an amazing game launch, you know, for the platforms that it's not on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And free to play as well now, which is going to be great for I think picking that audience back up, because I think it maybe dwindled a little bit after the initial hype. I think going free to play is a pretty smart move for those guys.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. So as soon as they were bought by Epic, I instantly, and many people probably thought the same, I instantly thought it was going to go free to play. It's going to go into like the Fortnite sort of model, essentially, isn't it? Because that's just
Rocket League did the same thing after Epic acquired Psyonix, and that game's it's 7 years old now, I think, and it's still as strong as ever, I think, Rocket League. So they're probably hoping for a long tail similar to that.
Yeah, definitely. No, I think it's going to last a long time now, definitely. Yes, cool. It's good fun. Good stuff. I've just brought this up on the screen as I thought it was quite interesting to have a little look at. But, quite a lot of these are obvious partners, but they are the partners, not all of them, but quite a chunk of partners for the Summer Game Fest. So I thought it'd be quite interesting to have a little look at. I know some of them on there which are quite interesting, which definitely suggest at least a few things, which Studio MDHR. I know this doesn't necessarily suggest they're going to actually be on the showcase, but if it's a developer like that, I would suggest that maybe does have quite a strong suggestion that they will be featured in the game showcase. Would you agree with that, guys? If they're on this partner list, I know some of them are just sponsors and some of them work in different ways, but I reckon that things like a developer being on there, like Studio MDHR, would you say I reckon that's probably going to be showcased on the actual game showcase itself? A bit of Cuphead, that is. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think that's a fair guess, Indy. You would like to think, if they're going to show these developers off, that they're going to at least show something, whether it be big or small. There'll be something new to hopefully look forward to. I guess the big one on there for me, the one that really stood out when I saw this, was Bloober. Just based off what Luke said earlier.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have expected to have seen that, but if they're going to announce, this Silent Hill project and their names up there, then Luke might get his.
Yeah, well, that's what made me think.
Wishing.
Exactly. That's when Luke said that, it made me remember I've got this. So I thought I'd bring it up because I remembered they were on this list. So quite interesting. And this was what was posted earlier, and then immediately after, Devolver then said incoming announcement for Devolver Direct 2022 as well. Once they were on here, I thought once I saw them on here, I was like, oh, it's got to be it anyway. So that's probably why they thought they would just do it, because people would think they were going to do it anyway. But yeah, obviously some good things on there. We got we know Xbox on there, Steam on there, all the big boys on there. Obviously, the platforms, but there's like .amu as well.
is missing.
That's interesting. Yeah, good point. Maybe either they're just going to be passing, or if they got their own showcase. That's the question. Do you think they're going to do their own thing?
Probably not in this week.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they would have already announced it, or they would be included in this list here.
Yeah.
I think they are gonna move out and do their own thing a little later this year, just to have more spotlight and more focus.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, that's a great shout. Yeah, they'll probably just do it on their own terms and a bit later, like you say. That's a good assumption, I would say. But yeah, like obviously Mediatonic, that's Fall Guys, so they're probably going to be featured in this showcase as a
MDHR is in there.
Yeah,
let's hope for the Cuphead
Yep.
DLC.
Yep, it's got to be. It's like, there's a release date even confirmed now, isn't there? Isn't it end of June?
Yeah, June 30th for that, I think.
So that's great to see, though.
Not far away,
Yeah, exactly. Not far at all. So you guys looking forward to that DLC?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
For sure.
Nice. Fancy a bit of punishment like earlier, Scott, on Twitter?
Not again, mate. Not again.
Game punishment. Sorry, my friend. That was. Sorry, go ahead.
You know what? Another one is that I'm really looking forward to, and that is also scheduled for this year, and we haven't seen it yet. Is Deliver Us Mars.
Oh yes, yeah, that's Wired, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. They have only shown that cinematic trailer with a release window for this year.
Yeah,
and I would love to see that game in action and an a release date, of course. Definitely one of my most anticipated indie games.
Yeah, that's a great.
I absolutely loved the first one. So I can't wait.
Nice, that could show up. I'm not sure where that might show. It's not going to potentially be on here. If they might have other partners though. Like it says more to be announced. So, it could even show up here. Did they say a release? Sorry, did you just say
2022? Yeah, so this year.
Cool. No, that's great.
As a window. Yeah,
nice.
Tribeca seems to be a realistic one. Given the location of the studio in the Netherlands, I could see that.
The only thing with Tribeca is they literally say every single game they're going to show. It's so it probably isn't going to be on.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they actually state every game that's going to be shown. That's what happened last time anyway. So they had like Kena and everything and 12 minutes last time, and I thought, oh, is it going to be these and a few others? But then you were with me, weren't you, Luke, when we did that one together? It was literally those games shown, wasn't it? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so it probably won't be on that one, but it doesn't mean it won't be somewhere else, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
It is in Game Pass, isn't it, the original game? So it could be even on the Xbox Showcase or something like that.
Could be.
Yeah, looks good.
I got a couple of other ones.
Yeah, definitely.
I would like to throw in here for discussion.
Sounds good.
There is this game called Storm Ride.
Okay.
Coming. Anyone?
I've not heard of that actually. No, it's a new one for me.
It is looking absolutely amazing. It is an RPG. It looks like it has a AAA budget, but it is a super small team of like 4 developers and highly talented team apparently because this game looks absolutely fantastic. It's a RPG in a high fantasy setting. It was part of the community indie showcase from Wandering Dutch. The trailer was in there, and I was blown away when I saw that.
Nice.
I definitely want to see more of that. I have no idea where this could appear.
I do remember what you're talking about. I now that you start mentioning it, I do remember it. It was scheduled to come out on Xbox and Steam. Yes,
exactly. Xbox and Steam. It is. They had that night that they have shown gameplay with that knight running through villages and fighting monsters, and it looked fantastic.
Storm Ride, did you just say?
Yeah, exactly. Storm Ride.
Yep. Storm Ride with an R-I-T-E.
Oh, right.
Exactly.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'll just have a quick look.
Absolutely something I'm looking forward to.
Nice. Oh, that's good.
Then
I'll have to give a little wish list to that one. Looks interesting. Yeah, no, that
It's
sounds.
on Unreal 5 too, by the way.
Is it?
So,
Nice. That's cool.
It's running UE5. Yeah.
That's maybe one of the first. Is that quite a way off, do you think, that game, or?
well, it looked like they already have something to play, so I'm not sure how far that game is along.
It says coming
But
soon
I
on
think
Steam, but
everything we could get, yeah.
coming soon is
Yeah.
definitely trademark, basically. You know what I mean? Coming soon in like speech marks, whatever. But yeah,
Since
so,
I'm absolutely a fan of that kind of genre and these kind of games, just a few weeks ago, the successor to Greedfall was announced. And I wonder whether we will see this during this showcase season somewhere, the next Greedfall game.
that could be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could well be. That's a good shout. You a big fan of Greedfall? That's the RPG, isn't it? Yeah, nice.
I think Greedfall is highly underrated.
Yep.
Everyone who likes the old BioWare RPGs
Yep.
should definitely check out Greedfall.
Nice. Sounds good, my friend. Love it. I was going to shout out quickly, Fun Speculation in the house. How are you doing, my friend? We got That Mama Rocks as well. Great to see you, my friend. And anyone else who's dropped by, who have we got? Daft Praxis in the house. Thank you very much for being here. Everyone else who's hanging out with us, thank you so much for being here, guys. You are awesome. Love it. That's great stuff. Boxenberger. Actually, just one other thing I was going to mention about this list of games on this screen right here. I'm not sure if it was shown last time, but Humble Games, obviously, they publish quite a few different indie games, of course. They're publishing some great stuff lately, and they've also got Midnight Fight Express on the way. They're publishing that by the solo indie dev who's making that game. I forget his name now. Jacob Zwindell, I think he's called. Yeah, that's right, Jacob Zwindell. Yeah, that game looks amazing. I've talked about it on the show before. I won't go into it again, but absolutely awesome brawler top-down thing going on. Looks fantastic. And I'm hoping that could be that game, because that's actually supposed to be coming in August. So I think that could potentially be that, or if not more, for Midnight Fight Express. That would be awesome to see. I think that's
a bit of quick useless trivia for you.
Yeah, go for it.
Humble Productions, owned by IGN. So Humble is actually IGN.
No way! I didn't know that.
Yes way.
So the whole Humble thing.
Every time you see Humble Bundle website,
Humble Bundle
Publishing, IGN.
Wow, that's weird. I didn't know that, actually. Yeah, I've been subscribed to Humble Bundle, so I didn't even know that. They don't talk about it, do they? Really? Yeah.
Which makes sense, because if people knew that a lot, then it'd be like, why are you reviewing your own games? But okay,
that's true. Yeah, good point. Yeah, so if they review sort of one of their games, that's true. Yeah. Interesting. There you go. Nugget of info. Love it.
Speculation has a big prediction in chat here.
Nice.
This year's showcases are going to blow our freaking minds.
I agree. I'm totally with you. Cannot wait. I know. I love Mav's his positivity and everything. So yeah, it's awesome to see you, my friend. You're definitely. I've got a similar sort of feeling about the whole showcase season to him. I know a lot of us do as well. But I love to sort of dive in headfirst into all of these showcases and just soaking it all up because there's so much great stuff happens. And I know you'll be featuring a lot of it on your channel, Mav, as well, I'm sure. And on here as well, we'll be doing some showcases and live reactions too. I would definitely ask you to come on one, but I think you'll probably be so busy. But I'll have to hit you up and have a word with you about that anyway to see if you ever got a gap. But yes, thank you for being here, buddy. It's awesome to see you. And Timmy in the house as well, and a friendly pest. Thank you very much for coming by, guys. Lovely to see you. So let's I'm just going to pop this back. So so you guys, obviously you are obviously Xbox focused most of the time. I think most of you guys, I know Luke, obviously he's a bit of a PC guy. Asante PC as well maybe, but I know you guys like to revel in a bit of Xbox goodness. Let's hit the top for my man Boxenberger and see what kind of you're hoping to see from Xbox. What do you think they got to do to bring the goodness to us this time on the Xbox Bethesda Showcase? What are you expecting to see from that? Are you expecting to see some tasty indie games in that? that as well, my friend? I'd love to see a bit of that. But what are you hoping to see from it, buddy?
Let me start with the indie games. I have zero doubt that we will see another sizzle reel trailer from the ID at Xbox program. They always have those in those shows, and but that's probably about it. I think Xbox has so many studios now, so many projects in the making, 23 studios and 30 plus projects in the making. I would be surprised if they would focus their show around indie games and or even third-party games. Of course, there will be one or two other third-party games that they have the marketing rights for in there, but I think for the most part they will focus on these first-party games, and maybe some exclusive second-party projects. Like there is this rumor out there that Project Belfry is gonna be there, or the Project Dragon from IO Interactive, something like that. Well, in general, I could fill an entire show with lists of games that could be shown or not. In general, I hope that Xbox is doing something different this year and finally show gameplay. Each and every year they announce tons of games. Last year was insane when you think about the amount of games they have shown and announced, and even the year before that, the year the pandemic started in 2020, they announced so many games. That year they announced Avowed, Fable, Hellblade, all these games, and we have not seen one of them. And for some reason, I always say that for some reason Microsoft just doesn't like to show gameplay for their games. They launched an entire console without showing games running on the Xbox Series X until 2 or 3 days before the console came out. It is just weird to me. Last year we had only one game, and that was Forza Horizon 5 with gameplay in there. They didn't even show Halo Infinite gameplay during the showcase. They did that 2 or 3 days later at the second post-show event. But this is just something that Microsoft for some reason doesn't do. And I do hope that this is gonna change this year, because they have more than 20 games, first-party games already announced, in the making, and you can announce a game for the first time with a CGI trailer. But I think if you show or mention a game a second time, you gotta show something in game from the actual game, and I sure hope that this is gonna change this year. So. Yeah, that's
a good shout
on a high level.
Makes sense.
Thoughts. Of course, in terms of games, they have a lot of stuff they can and will probably show. Of course, Starfield is gonna be there to some degree, although I'm not sure if they will show proper gameplay for that. Probably just some in-engine trailer to set up the story and lore. Well, then Forza, of course, is a safe bet that Forza Motorsport is going to be there.
That's
Redfall is probably also a safe bet. And then, of course, we will see Halo Infinite content. We will see Forza Horizon content, stuff like that. I think that those are the safe bets. What I'm really, really hoping to see, I'm not sure if these games will be there, but I want to see Fable. What Playground Games is gonna do with that. I definitely want to see Avowed, and I think there's a good chance that this will actually be there. I also want to see what Perfect Dark is gonna be, and I truly hope that they will reveal the Compulsion game. That has been for a long time in the making, and I can't wait to see what they are working on. So there's so many things.
So much,
that they can show.
It's like they need. Sorry to interrupt. It's like they need more than one showcase a year now, really, don't they? I think.
Yeah, absolutely. That's something that they definitely should borrow from Nintendo and Sony to have these shorter shows scattered across the year. They still can have this big blowout event in June, this E3 event or showcase, but I truly think that they should have 2 or 3 other events scattered throughout the year, where they focus a little bit more in depth in gameplay and story elements of some of these games, because they literally have so much in their pipeline that it's almost impossible to fill that or put that all in one show. So yeah, I see in chat a lot of people mentioning, of course, Hellblade.
Yeah.
Not sure if Hellblade will be there, honestly, because we have seen already quite a lot from Hellblade. They have shown gameplay, 8 minutes gameplay demo at the Game Awards.
Yeah.
That was like half a year ago. So
unless it's time for it to be, it's time to come out of the oven or whatever. Do you think it might be ready for what sort of release? What are we looking at with that as release window wise at the moment?
Yeah, that's a good question. There are all kinds of speculations out there. I don't think it's going to be a surprise release for this year. Like I've seen some people say, "Oh, the social not going to happen." Not going to happen.
Yep.
I think this is realistically end of 23 window. It could be realistic for that game, but yeah, it's honestly that's the one thing that really changed for me with the delay of Starfield and Redfall. If you look at how long some of these Xbox games have been in the making, we all would bet that basically in 23 and 24 there should be like 20 games. Seriously, if you think every game that is longer than 4 years in development is a candidate to come out, and that would make a 23 and 24 year like filled with 20 games, but that's obviously not going to happen. So I find it really hard to guesstimate some of these development roadmaps for these games and guesstimate the release windows. Because obviously some of them just take significantly longer than the regular development cycle of games, which is in between 4 and 5 years for some of these AAA games. So it's hard to guess. But given that they have shown Hellblade over and over again over the years, I think it was revealed at the Game Awards in 2019, and then we have seen snippets of it in 2020, in 2021 we got the big gameplay trailer. So yeah, it could be that this is just a game that is progressing really well now, and it's a 23 release. But yeah, we shall see. The big question is, are they gonna show for this year? And of course, Forza Motorsport is the one that always comes up. But after the delay of Starfield, I don't think it's a safe bet anymore, but definitely a chance. And I think this is the big question now. Xbox has put out a fantastic roadmap for games that are coming really far down the line. Yeah. Further than we expect. And I think what they need to do is to show gamers something to play in this year. And it'll be the big question mark. What will that be? What will be that...
Indie games.
It will be indie games.
I think so.
Honest.
Yeah.
Was that Scott? Sorry.
I was just saying. I think we might be disappointed if we're looking for stuff this year. When I say that, I mean the AAA first party stuff. I think we might be disappointed. I think the unfortunate reality is that they just don't have anything in the pipeline. I think that's why they're not in a position to do more regular, smaller shows, because these games are too far away to do that. I think you're right. When they get to 2023 and beyond, that's when they can maybe have that more regular cadence of shows. But I think what that means to me is they're probably going to have, they probably have to have a lot of third party and indie stuff in their showcase for stuff that's actually coming this year. I've actually got a lot of expectations that we should see a lot of cool third-party and indie games during the showcase alongside some first-party things, because Boxenberger, you mentioned Fable, and I've seen you've been playing. I know you've just finished playing Fable, and that's genuinely my most anticipated game at the moment. Out of any game, Fable is my most anticipated because I love that franchise. Obviously, it's coming from a studio that's immensely talented, but I just don't think that's coming until 2024. And if it's not coming until 2024, I don't see why or what they're going to show this year. If it's another CG trailer, they're just going to get backlash. You just show CG trailers. So I think really you got to wait until you've got something substantial to show, which in my opinion means it's not going to be at the showcase. So they're likely going to have to rely quite heavily on third parties and indies to fill out the show for 2022 content.
I definitely agree with that, because they're not going to just say everything coming next year. They're going to want to say some stuff coming this year. And I think it just in general, even if they were going to have stuff for this year, I still think it would have indies in there. Personally, I know I'm totally disagreeing with you, Boxenberger, so I apologize, my friend. But I definitely think that it's part of their thing. I think it's part of their makeup as a company that they do like to have that diversity within the portfolio, etc. But I might be completely wrong, and I'm sure you'll tell me when I'm wrong, Boxenberger. But that's the beauty of everyone has their own opinions. But I definitely think they will have the indies in the showcase, especially like Scott said. I think because it's going to help. I hate to think of it this way, but it's going to bulk it out as well, and it's going to give people things to look forward to in the instant. I think that's why I think like Somerville is going to be potentially one of the ones that we'll get a release date for, and it'll be soon. If not a shadow drop, things like that. That's the kind of thing I'm expecting to see, and I think we'll see things like that in full featured trailers as well, not just the sizzle reel. I think we'll see the sizzle reel as normal, but I think we will see full-on trailers as well, and new trailers that we haven't seen before. So new games revealed. I reckon there'll be a few of those too. Was that kind of what you were thinking as well, Scott? Kind of thing.
Yeah, I think so. I think the ID at Xbox is that's inevitable, and actually, there's often a lot of really good content in that. You see that sizzle reel, and maybe one or two things pop out that really grab your attention. But yeah, games like Somerville, I think, will have a more substantial part of the show, especially if they've got 2022 release dates.
Exactly,
and even more so if they happen to secure any Game Pass type deals with any of these parties, because if they're on Game Pass,
exactly,
they're going to want to push them, especially if they come in 2022. So expect those sorts of things to play a big part.
Yeah, like for example, Replaced was announced in last year's showcase. Unfortunately, that's since been delayed because of unfortunate, very trying times for the developers' location in the world, with it being in the midst of the war and everything, which is very sad. And obviously, heart goes out to all those people. So they need to take as long as they need, and that's important to them. So thank God everyone was really caring and everything with their responses on Twitter. That was good to see when they did announce that. Not like some other announcements that have gone around, but yeah, that was good to see. But yeah, so that's going to be delayed till 2023, Replaced, but it looks awesome, and I cannot wait. And I'm sure whenever it's ready, it's going to be awesome, that game. But yeah, that could have potentially been one of the ones that was going to be this year or whatever. But there's others, like I say, like Midnight Fight Express is actually coming to Game Pass. So I did think it was going to be on the other show, mind you. But there's others out there, that could come in there. You never know, you might even get like Shredder's Revenge pop up or something like that. Again, I think that might be a Summer Game Fest game though. But anyway, I'm talking too much. I feel like we've left maybe a few of the other guys a little bit quiet for a while, so I'm going to maybe just send this one over to Flame and see whether he's got any thoughts about the Xbox Showcase and what you think they need to do or what you'd like to see out of it, buddy.
I've been outside a little bit too long. It's been raining. But for real though, I actually agree with Boxenberger on the whole fact that they need to do more. What was it, Boxenberger, that said more gameplay and more shows? I actually agree.
Yeah, definitely.
On that, I actually do think that they should adopt like PlayStation's and Nintendo's direct model, like every 3 months at the very least, and maybe have like the big showcase be like an hour, like in the middle of the year, but the whole like one thing a year, whenever everybody's been doing this whole like monthly, 2 monthly, or every 3 months kind of thing, it's kind of it kind of looks bad on their end. But in terms of games for predictions on the Xbox show, I had a whole list of them.
Oh, nice.
First of all, the ones that I'm very excited about is obviously Plague Tale Requiem. I really do want to see when that game is getting released, because I did like the first game a lot. I think it was kind of underrated in that degree, because I think they only sold like maybe 1 or 2 million copies, and that's shockingly low for a game of that quality.
Yeah, agreed.
For another one is like Slime Rancher 2. I actually went and downloaded the original game last year because it was announced at the Xbox show. Well, its sequel was announced for the Xbox show last year. I actually got really addicted to it. It's actually like a very good like management sim of first-person perspective kind of thing, and I got addicted for like a whole couple of weeks. And I actually had to pull myself away from it. There's been other games too that they haven't really talked about in a bit, like Exomecha, Bright Memory Infinite.
Yep.
Somerville, I really do think that they get like a not stealth drop, but like a stealth drop for its release date.
Yep.
And the one wild card that I'm really holding on to for that whole show is going to be Compulsion's new game, Project Midnight. I have actually been a fan of their studios since We Happy Few. I know that game got railroaded at launch, but I actually really, really loved that game. I loved its messaging. I loved its setting. I loved everything about it, really. Just hated that it got so much backlash online, but unfortunately that's just the harsh reality of it.
Sorry, which game was that? Which one was that? Sorry.
We Happy Few.
Oh, We Happy Few. Right. Yep. Sure. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. So you're looking forward to the next game. Yeah.
But it was a really good game, so I think people should give it another shot even if they don't like that one, they have another game called Contrast. Both of them are on Game Pass, so all you'd really be losing out of it is just some of your time, not your money, you know?
Yep, exactly.
And the last couple ones are just Pentiment, the Josh Sawyer game from Obsidian, the one that's gonna be like a Disco Elysium kind of game.
Oh, nice.
I haven't actually played Disco Elysium yet, so I actually want to see what that kind of game is going to be like. I probably should pick it up and stop being so cheap, but whatever.
It's been on sale quite a bit recently, actually, on PC anyway. On Steam, it was half price. I think I bought it recently. I haven't played it yet either, so I've got it in the backlog. That's a common problem. I need to, exactly. I need to get on that big time. It's one of those games that's got so much depth, though. I think once you go into it, you're going to be in there like for weeks, sucked in, I think. But I look forward to trying it. Did you play it at all, Luke? Just quickly, did you play that game at all yet? Or
Disco Elysium?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. Okay. Again, it's one of those that's perpetually supposed to pick up.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those. I thought I remember you saying you were going to get it or something at one point. I saw.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah. Okay.
13 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. We'll all get there in the end. We should have like a day where we all play it together and then talk about it. Let's catch up over time. But yeah, it's supposed to be amazing, isn't it? Yeah, it'd be cool, wouldn't it? Yeah. So any others you were talking about there, my friend?
Oh, well, I mean, just one final prediction, and this is kind of like out there. If anybody remembers the game Dust and Legion Tale, it was an Xbox 360 arcade game back in 2013 or 2012, I believe. It's like this side-scrolling Metroidvania kind of game. It's on the Switch, PlayStation, PC now. Like, I guess like
I do recall
the way that they have the game.
I think I still own that game somewhere.
Nice.
It's a really good game. The way they had the graphics set up for that game, I guess it was like incompatible with Xbox's new GPU with the Xbox One. So thanks Don Magic for ruining that. And he made like one smaller kind of meme-ish game, like the last I think it's been like 7 years now. But he hasn't talked about his new project since he started working on it, and it's been like a long time.
Right.
I hope that we get to see. I hope we get to see that anywhere during this year, whether that be like the Wholesome Direct, the Tribeca Summer Games Fest, anything like that. I would just like to see what he's working on next, because I really did like Dust and Legion Tale, and I like the guy that made it was insanely talented. The game was really good, so.
Sounds good. Yeah, that's a great shout. Yeah, good. I like those. Very good takes there, my friend. Very good games. Hopefully you'll get your dreams come true on those. But yeah, listen.
Probably not, but I'm prepped for disappointment at this point.
Love it. That's awesome. Yeah, shout out to Michael Monkey Punch in the house dropping by, and you guys in chat as well. Thank you. What are you guys hoping to see as well in chat? Definitely let us know what games you would love to see come up. What one are you hoping for? release dates from, maybe, or what were you hoping for from maybe the Xbox Showcase in general? What would make you happy essentially? What would make you give it a 9 or a 10 out of 10 basically? But yeah, good stuff. Let's see what Asante. I know he does a lot of analytical thinking about Xbox stuff on Mr. Boomstick's show and his own podcast too, of course. I'd love to hear what he thinks would make this Xbox Showcase, Xbox Bethesda Showcase it is now, of course. What do you think is going to make this show perfect for you, or as good as close to be? What do you think they need to do, my friend?
Yeah. So I've been chatting with a few folks in the chat. I lean wherever the games tend to be, right? So some folks will say I primarily play Xbox. Others say I play elsewhere. I love the Xbox controller. So wherever I'm playing, more often than not, I'm using the Xbox controller.
That's the same. I'm an Xbox controller on PC.
Right. Even on PC, I'm playing usually with the Xbox.
Yeah, same as me.
Needless to say, most of the stuff has been well documented, and people have let you know how they feel about it. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about with the various delays that have come about specifically from Xbox. So and those who've heard me talk about it, forgive me for rehashing, but to me, they are literally setting themselves up for a very killer show, I think.
Nice.
It looks like by and large they got the negative news out of the way to kind of get you prepared for that.
Yep.
And then after that, we'll see what happens next. Now, myself and my cohort, Mr. Everborn Saga, we have consternated about it a few times on our show. But in my humble opinion, now we need to see the kitchen sink, as it were. They need to throw it all at you, because obviously, because of that negative news, some people are burnt out about all the back and forth and what's going to happen in 2022. Is there going to be any releases? I honestly expect to see some surprises, right? They have 23 studios, and the 23 studios, by and large, each have about 2 teams each.
Yeah.
So that's like 30 some odd teams, right? And I think Boxenberger said that very well. But just by the math of it all, they will be sitting on 20 plus games, and they don't all have to be AAA, right? They don't all have to be, ridiculous budgets, huge teams. Some of them can be AA games. Some of them can be small experiments that turn into something. Yep. We heard the Coalition was working on something so similar, right?
Yes.
So, I've heard some negativity online about the Xbox show specifically and gaming in general for the rest of the year. if we don't get God of War, it's over.
I hate that kind of thinking.
I think that's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because when those like, to me, honestly, when those times happen where the big guys are for one reason or another are no longer available, the game wasn't ready. Hey, delay the thing. It's huge, right?
Yeah,
that's fine. But as we all know, as we're here and have our similar interests, that gives the indie games more time to shine. It gives the indie games center stage, right? So I do expect to see a lot of very interesting indies. I expect them to push a lot of those interesting indies. Many of which we haven't seen yet. Some of which we probably thought were long away and may surprise you and come out right now. To make me happy, me personally, I want to see Xbox try and deflect attention, because they basically just came and said, here's the Band-Aid, let's rip it off. Does it hurt? Yeah, it does. We hear you. And then they walked off the stage, right? They didn't do anything to help you with that or anything like that. So, so I expect, especially the way they did it, I expect they did that because they have a lot more to say.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're waiting until that June show to really say it. Yep. So, like, I like the faux pas on Twitter many months ago that now most people don't remember, the Fable account making weird announcements and then taking it back. I expect to see maybe a remaster collection, because as was aptly said, there is no way that they're coming out with any real substance of the next Fable anytime soon. But hey, you have many teams that are getting their feet wet in Unreal 5 and other tools that you guys have at your disposal. I would not be surprised if I see a remake of a remaster of a collection to share with us, to tide us over while we wait for the next really big Fable thing, right? Which I want to see that. Similarly, people have been throwing this name around for a long time. I hope it's not the final name for it because that'd be annoying, but something in the vein of a Marcus Phoenix collection remaster
Right.
/ remake.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It makes
right?
Stubbs in the chat happy about if that happens.
That could be the small project the coalition has been working on, right?
Yep.
Getting their feet wet with UE5. That could be something. Who knows? We don't know that, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. The 007 game from way back when. What do you call it? The Nintendo 64 version of 007. That's already leaked online. Like at some point we got our hands on it. I've tried the game myself. You can literally hit the select button and switch between old school N64 graphics and new graphics. Like you can do that. Play the whole game. Just like Halo, the the anniversary version.
So this is something that's
out there.
Something that's out there already.
Yes.
Really?
Oh yeah, on PC in various corners you can find this game.
Yeah.
And at the time it was like they couldn't release it because it was in rights limbo or whatever, and then it kind of got leaked out there. The full game is out there, and it has already been spoken of at the beginning of this year that it might come actually to console. So, hey, out of nowhere. That's a small uplift for all you nostalgic and 007 fans.
That would be super cool. The licensing must be the pain on that. I can see that
happening.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't the anniversary of 007 this year as well? I can see that happening. Right? They're more about tie-ins with various movie brands. Like Top Gun just happened, which was pretty successful, right? So they won't have something to really replace what they lost. But my kitchen sink approach, my thought when I say that is wherever we can leverage something to show you benefit to your platform of choice, that's what we'll do. So you will see Game Pass get thrown out there 1,000,001 ways, right? Yeah. You'll see Xbox Game Publishing finally come out and show you some interesting things. And if we don't see that, that'll be super disappointing. And then they will probably get what I consider the righteous smoke for the rest of the year, which will be very unfortunate, right? But I do have faith that the way they're talking about it, the way that we see them moving, and some of the things we're hearing in the background, you're gonna you're gonna see a lot. My question, what will make my grade is, will there be a calendar 2022 release of any kind from Xbox for first party? Doesn't have to be any A's attached to it. Could be a single little experimental odd thing.
Yep.
Can Microsoft, with their 32 teams plus, in the calendar year of 2022, release something? I want to see that, right? Because obviously the two big things they were going to release are not going to be there, but they got a lot of teams. So I'm waiting to see them do something interesting in that realm and surprise people. So that's what I'm excited to see, right? I love when they literally lean so heavily on indies that they bring them to the big stage and they turn small indie projects into, monster powerhouses like Tunic, for instance. I've always said Tunic would have been Game of the Year had Elden Ring not come out this year, right? Yep. I really think that Tunic would have been that Game of the Year that everybody was talking about because they borrow a lot of the same systems. It just so happens that Elden Ring kind of took up all the energy out of the room. So I'm sincerely looking forward to that next, big push that Microsoft gives it, because they have to, because the big dogs ain't ready yet, right? It is what it is. So I'm looking forward to that.
Definitely. No, that's awesome, buddy. Great takes there for sure. That's very interesting, all that. And that GoldenEye talk as well. Like, is that been built by like a modder, or is that actually built? Who's made that?
No, yeah. This was built in 2016. This was way back. You can look it up.
Yeah.
And it was built with Rare and Nintendo support, like together, and then the game was literally done. Achievements were ready. It's an Xbox Live game, back in the live arcade games.
Yeah,
It was a remake during that era.
Makes
sense.
And
instead of releasing it, I think at the very last minute, some rights thing happened and they couldn't release it, and it never saw the light of day. And then 2-3 years ago, it popped up online.
Wow!
And you can literally in a browser window play it.
Amazing. I have to look into that.
and literally, select button, Xbox. It shows you the 360 controller, everything. It is not a modder. It is officially done. They just never released it, and ever since. And wasn't it January 2022? One of Rare developers, signed on to True Achievements, which. If you sign on to True Achievements, for those who know, you're literally telling the entire world to see your achievement list. That's what that is, right?
Yeah.
So a Rare guy goes and signs on to there, and it shows those 007 achievements so that everybody knows that, that's coming
nice.
down, right?
That would be cool.
It's out there.
Check that bad boy out.
Nostalgia will be great for those who remember it. I'm not sure it'll set the world on fire in 2022, but
maybe
it'll
not.
be out there.
Yeah, but I can see how that would have worked as a sort of live arcade game kind of thing in that sense.
Yep.
Yeah, back in, but it still could work today for sure. Bit of Game Pass action, and yeah, have to look into that. Nice, great stuff, my friend. That is awesome. Love it. Yeah, so you're very much hyped for it, I can tell, and I think it's going to be a great show as well. I think it is going to be awesome. It's going to have a lot packed in there. I mean, last year was really good. I don't know about you guys. I thought it was a really good show. They did a great job of sort of keeping the pacing up, also mixing it up with all the big games and the smaller games as well in there last year. I think it'll be a kind of similar thing this year, but it's just the problem is people are going to often be disappointed with so many studios being under the umbrella now. They might be thinking, they might want to see more from the first party side of things, but as long as we're enjoying awesome games, that is the most important thing in my opinion. I think people should just come in with the mentality. I know not everyone will be able to do this or will want to do this, but come in and just enjoy the games for games rather than thinking of where it's come from, where it's been built from. If it's coming to Game Pass, you're enjoying it as a game. It should just be treated, quality is the most important thing, not its sort of budget or its background. And that's just, I wish more people would sort of think like that, and they would have so much better time if they did, because they would always we're fixing just like mentality on just if one game doesn't come out this year, bust basically, then that is just ridiculous in my opinion, because there is an absolute crazy amount of games out there to enjoy. Yeah, exactly. It's just bananas. Yes,
we all know that usually tends to be the smallest group within a group that speaks the loudest. By and large, folks are like, hey, what else is out there to play? And if you have a subscription both on Xbox and now PlayStation as well, you'll be busy playing games for quite some time and not even have to have a chance to go on Twitter to argue about it.
Definitely. Yeah, it's so true. Definitely. But yeah, good stuff, my friend. That's great stuff. I think we will keep this one a bit shorter than maybe we're going to keep it within sort of just below the 2-hour mark, I think, today. So what I thought we'd do is maybe we'll do one little sort of roundup, go round to everyone for one more time. And like I say, because I know Boxenberger needs to get off, he's a busy man, and it'll be good to keep a nice concise show as well, and it's been an absolute pleasure. But let us know in the chat, guys, what you're looking forward to the most, and we'll read out your comments. Thank you so much everyone who's hanging out with us. But what I'd like to do maybe is go around one more time, just sort of anything you want to say about the about sort of predictions, or anything you want to mention about what we're looking forward to, or what showcases you're hoping to see your best reveals from, or whatever it is you want to mention basically about this whole E3 period in quotation marks there. But yeah, I think we'll go back to the bottom this first time. And Scott, my friend, is there anything you want to sort of mention to wind up, or maybe even if you want to just talk about the kind of how people feel about these showcases going in, or what they want to take out of it, anything you want to wind up with, my friend, regarding the showcases. It's been a pleasure, my friend. How are you? Go ahead. If he's gone again. He has as well.
No, I'm here. Apologies. I am here this time.
Sorry.
I was muted there.
I was reaching for the mouse then.
I wasn't gone.
Love it. No, yeah.
Funny video broadcast was having a bit of a brain fart again, but no, it's just me.
Yep.
So
that's so good.
No, I think I just like to echo what you guys just said there about these shows. I'd ask everyone to first of all go in with an open mind. Secondly, set your expectations low. I know it's very easy to get unbelievably excited for some of these showcases, and then if your favorite game doesn't show up, that can often make you feel like you're disappointed or let down. But when you look at these showcases, any one of these showcases, as I said earlier on the show, there's something for everyone. This is literally the most exciting time of the year if you're as passionate about games as we are. And over the next couple of weeks, there's going to be something for you. So just keep an open mind, go into it, and you'll have fun. You'll find something that you love at the end of it. And I would maybe ask people to give these smaller showcases a shout as well. I think it's often very easy for people to get caught up on Sony State of Play's Xbox Game Showcase, the Summer Games Fest. and one of the things I really love about your channel is how you highlight some of these smaller game shows. The Guerrilla Collective, Future Game Show, Day of the Devs, etc. Some of these game shows have had, things like Death's Door, Sable, Loot River, Ghost Runner, Disco Elysium, Baldur's Gate. Games that have shown up over the past year or two, which are excellent games that I wouldn't have had the pleasure of playing or being made aware of if it wasn't for these smaller showcases. So, try not to focus too much on the big showcases. Give the smaller showcases a shot, and you'll be pleasantly surprised at just the unbelievable amount of creativity and talent that is on show during these showcases.
That is very well said, my friend. That's fantastic. Thank you very much for the kind words. And yeah, that's what we are all about on the channel, just to bring the attention to all the other showcases too. So yeah, I totally agree. Obviously Guerrilla Collective, Day of the Devs, Wholesome Direct, Tribeca, all those ones are really interesting, and they bring some amazing games to the forefront. So definitely worth checking out. And as I said earlier, we will be covering those on the channel. So if you are interested in watching those with live reaction shows to join and just enjoy together as a bit of a party atmosphere, definitely feel free to drop by for those. We will be doing them live on the channel, guys, so look forward to doing that with you guys. But thank you so much, Scott. Like I say, great little wind up at the end there, my friend. Always an absolute pleasure.
Sorry.
Yep.
Have we just gone? I'm going to bring it up now. Have we just gone almost a full show without mentioning Silk Song?
I knew you were going to say that.
Trying to keep the pain away.
And not one person has mentioned whether they're going to see Silk Song.
Well, I was going to be my bombshell at the end. I was going to do one more thing, but one more thing. Silk Song drops tonight, guys.
An indie gamer exclusive.
Yeah, exactly. No, well, we did almost. Yeah, no, that's a great show. I'm actually glad you did bring it out, because, yeah, I mean, the reason I haven't mentioned it, in all honesty, is because I think, unfortunately, it's not going to be coming out this year, and I don't feel we're going to see it. But yeah, I mean, I can live, I can dream. It would be amazing to see it. I mean, maybe it's reverse psychology I'm trying to do on the showcases. I don't know.
I've got my fingers crossed for you, mate. Anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. If we see that. Sorry, just storms just kicked in outside. I felt like I just thought I'd been shot by Team Cherry, I think. Just been trying to lightning strike by Team Cherry. Anyway, yeah, that's the control they have, you see, if you do talk about the release date. But yeah, no, that would be amazing. Silk Song amazingness. I know loads of people in the chat would love to see that. I know Meisuko would. It would be awesome, and I will have my fingers crossed, but I won't have any disillusions of it being a likely thing to happen. I still think it's going to be next year in maybe February time, I reckon. But then I suppose we could see something if it's going to be then, but I think they'll hold it quite close until the very end, if you see what I mean. So I think we might hear about it 3 months before the release, or maybe even less. I don't know. I think, yeah, maybe an indie world at the end of the year or something like that. We might see it. Something like that. So I can imagine it's going to be a Nintendo thing when I think we see it. So maybe the Nintendo thing will prop up and then it will come this time on this one, but you never know. You never know. It would be nice. But yeah, Legend Scott, you've been amazing, my friend. Thank you so much. I know we're going to be doing some live reactions together, so we may as well sign off for you here. Obviously, hang out until the end if you want to, but we're just going to say goodbye to everyone. Thank you very much for being part of this, my friend. Would you like to let everyone... Oh, it's always a pleasure, my friend. You're an awesome guy. Would you like to let everyone know where they can find you, my friend, and then we're going to go around to everyone else?
Yeah, of course, Sam. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, it's at SX2 Gaming. I'm also, like Luke, part of the Green Pass Gaming crew, so you can find us. We podcast Thursdays and Sundays, and we generally talk about Xbox, but we like to talk about all platforms as well. So please check us out.
Awesome. Definitely do that, guys. They are awesome guys over on Green Pass. Always a pleasure hanging out with Scott and Luke, and obviously Flap and Puxley over there. Awesome guys as well. Definitely. So do that, guys. The links are in the description, by the way, if you did want to just click on the link for that. Thank you very much again, buddy. I'm going to go up to the top this time and say thank you to Boxenberger for being part of this. But firstly, I'd love to hear your sort of final thoughts on the whole showcase season, my friend. I know we are jumping jumping straight headfirst into all of it, soak it all up, just embrace it fully. And I'm very excited to be doing that with all the community and people like yourself. But thank you so much for being part of this. But what would you like to say about the showcase season in general? What you're looking forward to? What everything just does a wind up for that, my friend?
Oh, Scott summed it up very nicely.
Yep.
I think the anticipation thing is something that we all should try to keep in check, because we all like to speculate, and we all like to give our predictions and get excited. I mean, that's part of the fun, but we also should think realistically, because I've seen some lists of predictions out there where you really think not gonna happen. And those will definitely be disappointed. But if you keep those in check, I honestly think we will have an amazing week ahead. It's not just the Xbox Showcase, like I said in the beginning. It's the Summer Game Show Fest and all these other shows that will bring us a lot of excitement for games, and some awesome trailers, some awesome announcements, a lot of surprises. And so get excited to be surprised, and I think that is something we should try to do, because it's gonna be an awesome week.
Yes, it so is, my friend. Yeah, going to be so much content to be made as well for you, other than the shows you're on. I imagine you're going to probably, it's going to be, it's a lovely time though, isn't it? But it is. It's kind of nice though when you're just working reactively, if you see what I mean. Sometimes you have to think of ideas, and it can be, you can procrastinate quite a lot. When it's like this, you know the task at hand, if you see what I mean. Yeah,
absolutely. And it's going to be. I'm going to be exhausted after that week, but I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun.
That's the way. Soak it up, my friend. But thank you very much for being part of this today. It's been fun just having a bit of a chat really about, everything, the enjoyment that we're going to be soaking up soon. It's going to be a blast of a time. But thanks again for being part of it, Boxenberger. Always an absolute pleasure. You're such a legend.
Oh, thanks for the invite.
Pleasure, buddy. And so next up, Flame, my friend, Joe in the house. Always a pleasure to hang out with you, my friend. We don't get to do it often enough. But yes, so have you enjoyed talking about some showcase goodness? Are you looking forward to all these showcases? And how would you like to wind things up, and little parting thoughts about what you're looking forward to, maybe, or just any thoughts about the showcases we've got coming up in general?
Not much, really. If anything, just have fun. Like, really just sit back on the couch, just enjoy the shows, guys. I think we will get our minds blown from some reveals, but I don't think we're gonna see all the big reveals. There's 26 different Silent Hill games in development, allegedly, considering there's so many developers out there making them.
Oh, right.
I do think Bloober Team's making one, but at the same time, I think they also announced Layers of Fear, I think 3 or something like that. So probably just talking about that. So it's just keep expectations in check, and hey, if it gets exceeded, then hey, we all have a great time. That's always good.
Exactly.
Thank you for having me on, man.
Oh, pleasure, my friend. No, it's good, great to have you. You do great work over on, Lords of Gaming with the writing and everything. If you enjoy the written content, guys, definitely check out Joe Flame. His links are in the description. But would you like to just shout out where they can find you in that sense, my friend? I have got some links, but where can they find you in general, buddy?
Of course. I'm just Repco on lordsofgaming.net. I'm the newest assistant editor, where I'll be helping out a massive team of writers as we get into the season. So I'm really looking forward to literally the 9th to the 12th. That's going to be sensory overload.
That's
in a way.
I agree.
And on Twitter, I am at FlameLognet, and that's pretty much it, actually. Thank you for having me on, man.
My pleasure, buddy. You rock. Thank you so much for being part of it. Yeah, that's awesome. I totally agree with that. 9th to the 12th, guys. You can guarantee it's going to be overload in a good way. Very much looking forward to those dates. I think it's the 11th. Let me just check here. Actually, I'll recap this in a minute, what we're going to be doing. But this is going to be Showcase Essential, basically. I'm trying to do a lot of them. And I think on one of the days it's even 3 in one day. So that's going to be interesting. I thought I might as well just go for it rather than think about it, if you know what I mean, and then just have fun with it basically. But yeah, anyway, Mr. K Asante, it has been such a pleasure to hang out with you for the first time. I knew you would be awesome. I always love hearing what you've got to say. Very well thought through takes all the time, and very articulate takes, which I very much enjoy. And you're an awesome guy, buddy. So thank you very much for being part of this today. Would you like to shout out where they can find you, as well as maybe give a little bit of your last thoughts about the showcases, what you're hoping, what you're looking forward to, or just in general about all of the showcases we've got coming up?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, I want to say thank you. I've always enjoyed all of your content, and of course the panel members. I too am a rigorous fan of the Green Pass Gaming folks. I've
Nice.
actually been happy enough to be on a show with them before, so I'm highly honored to be on once again with you folks, and of course Boxenberger is a great member of the community, which I get to podcast with from time to time. So
Definitely.
I appreciate being asked to be on this show for sure. I echo everyone on the panel's sentiment on it. It's just it's sitting back, grabbing some popcorn, and enjoying yourself for a couple of days. I hope that as the pandemic and all the changes to the equation have happened, and we see Jeff Keighley getting better and better at it all the time. They're fusing the hybrid, in person as well as online thing a bit better. So I'm hoping this year we see the best version of that.
Yeah.
Because not everything's going to be in person, and in past years it's been a little less than perfect, and you see they're getting better at it all the time. So I'm excited to see that continuity building. Every year they get better at it. So and especially with regards to the smaller shows that we've been talking about. I'm excited to see how they implement that, because they've also been growing very, very well. So it's just exciting time for all of us. Setting our expectations as folks have already said here already very aptly. Put your expectations in check. Keep them adequately low so that you're wonderfully surprised and you'll never go wrong. So I'm excited, and I'll be taking in most of the podcast. It is podcasting season around here, so I share.
Oh, yeah.
I share my creators' enthusiasm. I can't wait to hear everybody, all the various takes of how this will go, because the podcasting community, comes alive during these times. So I'm super excited to see what happens there as well.
Definitely.
Thank you guys so much. You can find me Twitter, TKO Asante. I host the Gaming Circle podcast on Saturdays.
Nice.
Where we like to have long form, ridiculous sometimes conversations with my brother Mr. Everborn Saga. We enjoy waking up on Saturdays and having some goofy fun about gaming. So please come join us if you haven't had a chance to already. And I appreciate being allowed to come here and speak. Thank you, sir.
Oh, you're awesome, buddy. No, fantastic. You are more than welcome anytime over here on this channel, buddy. And I love your podcast. I wish it wasn't for me personally, because I work on most Saturdays, so I'm unfortunately not able to get there live often, so I'll be watching it after the fact, but still love to do that. But yeah, it's a shame because of that just with my schedule, the way my
we
particular
have a great time slot, but it also sometimes takes others out of the invite list, which is sad, because there are some people I really want to have on, but the time is just weird. I might start doing some like pre-recorded content and then add some in. We're still talking about that. But we've heard the feedback.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I mean, you can't please everyone at the end of the day. It's tricky, isn't it? So, but yeah, fantastic. I mean, we will talk more anyway, because I know we've got a bit of another things that we've been discussing, so spoiler alert. But yeah, anyway, I will talk to you about that another time, and it's like I say, an absolute blast to chat with you today, K Asante. You've rocked it big time, buddy. Thank you very much. And so my man Luke Steele, always a pleasure, buddy, and always bringing the fire to shows, always bringing awesome takes. And definitely looking forward to doing some more showcases with you, my friend, as in the live reactions. Hoping you might be able to get a few of those in the bag. I know there's going to be a plentiful amount, and same goes for most of you guys, all of you guys, sorry, if any of you want to be on these shows with, for these live reactions, just let me know. We can definitely sort something out for that. But Luke, it's been a blast, my friend. Would you like to wind up some thoughts about the whole showcase sort of season, and then shout out where they can find you, my friend?
Yeah, very very much enjoyed it, and I think as everybody said, just try and enjoy it. Don't get too high with it all. There's things that probably that you expect to be there that might not be there, and then there's things that you won't expect that will. So it's like that every kind of non E3, as we'll call it now. So just look forward to it and just enjoy it, because it's always a shame when it's over, and a lot of people always spend so much time anticipating it and don't really kind of enjoy it in the moment, and then quickly come down afterwards. So yeah, it's going to be a good time, I'm sure, and I'm really looking forward to it. So as Scott said, I'm on Green Pass Gaming, and obviously on the Indie Game Podcast when we do one as well with you and Judd's.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, you can find me there, and on Twitter at LukeSteele90.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, well, thank you very much, buddy. Yeah, it's always a pleasure doing shows with you. And to confirm, guys, EGX later this year. Looking forward to meeting you in the person there, Luke. We're going to be live from EGX, baby.
Nobody will be watching, but
yeah, you know it. We'll be live on the phone. Hello, guys. Anyway, that's going to be fun times anyway. Hoping lots of other people will be joining as well. But yeah, looking forward to EGX later this year. But anyways, thank you so much, everyone who's joined us. As I say, we're going to be doing loads of content over this period of this, game showcase season, essentially. The first one is probably going to be on the 9th for the Summer Game Fest. We're going to do a live reaction to that. There's going to be basically every day from 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th we're going to be doing them. We've got the Wholesome Direct, we've got the Guerrilla Collective. We can definitely guarantee we'll be doing that one. All the good stuff. I'm not sure about the Xbox One at the moment. I'm trying to work out what's going on because everyone else does one, and then I don't know if I should just leave it to everyone else kind of thing, but I kind of want to do it. But anyway, I'm figuring it all out. But there'll be like a bunch of showcases, so keep an eye out for those, guys, if you want to hang out and check out some games together. And obviously the Devolver one's just been confirmed, so I need to find out what day that one's going to be on. But yeah, there's going to be a ton. Let's do this, guys. It's going to be fun times. So yeah, thank you very much to everyone who's joined us for today's show. It's been a blast. I know I'm just super hyped, super excited. I don't mind getting a bit hyped. I know some people like to keep their expectations down low and then they are happy and all that sort of thing, but I don't mind really. I'm always happy with game showcases, if I'm honest. I'm a bit like that. I think it might be because I love indie games. Some people, maybe if they don't see as many AAAs, they might get a bit sad, but I don't. I'm all about that. So if there's indie games aplenty, I'm all about it. So you can't really go wrong if you love indie games. I think that's just a rule in life, guys. But anyway, thank you so much everyone who's joined us. Because you shout out a few of you guys from the chat quickly before we wind this up. Shout out to Dragon Wolf, Meisuko, Green Pass Gaming popping by. Guessing that might be one of the other chaps from Green Pass Gaming, and Monkey Punch in the house, and we had Lady Foxfire popping by. Great to see you. Teleogonic, Meisuko, I don't know if I'm repeating people, possibly. Friendly Pests, Ash Reviews Games in the house. Great to see you, buddy. What else did we have in? We had Back from the Dead. We had Fun Speculation, Defloyd. We had who else did we have? Stubbs Gaming in the house. And Flap was in there earlier actually, so maybe it was him on that other account. Good to see you, Flap. And yes, anyone else who came by, including Rodimus and that Mama Rocks, thank you so much all for being here, guys. You are awesome. As I say, let's do this. Let's have an awesome time enjoying all of these showcases. Hit that like button if you haven't already. It would mean a lot. And feel free to subscribe as well if you would love to stay up to date with all the latest indie games goodness on the channel. And thank you once again for watching, guys. Let's do this. 9th, we'll be doing the next live reaction, and cannot wait to enjoy it with you. Anyway, catch you later, guys. We'll see you again very soon. Thanks for watching.